Hello friends, this is Kimberly Sminkey with Doodle Studios, and today we're going to paint a llama. Feel free to download my free pattern and apply it with transfer paper, or try to sketch your own. As you can see here, the head is shaped like a jelly bean. Then you're going to add slightly curved lines downward to make his neck. Next, you're going to do sort of rounded diamonds for each of his ears. Don't stress too much. Before we start on the llama, let's look at how to double load your brush and the stroke that we'll use to create the fur. You're going to use a little bit of white acrylic paint and a little bit of gray or a color of your choosing. Dip half of your brush into the white paint. Then you're going to flip it and dip it into your gray, as you'll see here in just a moment. You don't have to be exact, but you do want to get enough paint on your brush. Then you're going to stroke that paint onto your palette or your paper plate to blend the colors together, adding more paint as needed. And you'll have to do this as you paint as well. This is how you do the C stroke. I'm just showing you how to make it into a U shape, because that is the shape that we'll be using to put the hair on the llama. Take a few minutes to practice this stroke. When you do the llama, you might not want to use as much gray, or you may want to use a different color. But make sure you have enough paint on your brush. Dip back in as needed. Practice, practice, practice. It really does help your strokes, and you'll get better over time, and just have fun with this. When we move on to the llama, we'll be doing this up his neck in overlapping strokes, so practice them as well. Practice that C or U stroke, overlapping them, because that's what we'll do when we start to paint the llama. First, let's fill in the llama that you've drawn, all in white. Just dip your brush in white and fill in the lines. It's almost like painting or coloring in a coloring book at this point. Just have fun. It's not stressful. Fill in his ears, and then also fill in down his neck. You may need to let your paint dry and add another coat, depending on the surface that you've chosen. Now you're going to want to go ahead and double load that brush, half into the white, half into the gray, or just a little bit on the side of the brush, and blend it together before moving over to the llama. Keeping the gray to the outside or bottom, I've just started at the ear and made that U shape all the way down the back side of his neck. Pick up more paint as you need to. On this side of the neck, I decided to start at the bottom and work my way to the top. When we're done there, we're just going to continue making those overlapping U shapes as we go up his neck. Some I did 2, some I did 3. It's just creating like the look of some curly hair. Load again, and we're going to shade the llama's head. Using the gray to the outside, you're going to push down on the brush and just drag it around. You'll see where the gray fades into the white. If you're not getting good coverage, go ahead and pick up more paint on the brush. You can always go over these, and if you really mess up, just let it dry. Start all over again. See, I didn't have enough gray on my brush there, so I'm going to add more and go back in and define his face a little bit better, keeping that gray to the outside of the llama. Don't forget to do his ears. I just really used the tip or the side of that brush that had the gray, just to get the outer part of his ear covered with the gray. At this point, you're going to switch to your liner brush and just dip it in a little bit of pink paint or the color of your choosing. You're going to add a circle for his cheek, almost in the middle of the jelly bean shape, the middle bottom, and just swirl that pink around. Before cleaning your brush, don't forget to just add some pink to the inside of that one ear. Clean your brush and add an eyelid with blue. You're going to paint an upside down U shape and fill it in. Next, you're going to use that thin liner brush again just to add some eyelashes. You know what eyelashes look like. You just kind of want to flick them either inward or outward. Make some lines. Go across the bottom of the eyelid. Don't forget your llama smile. It's a half of a U shape. You can go ahead and add in like a little chin wrinkle there. Then to finish it off, and I think it looks cute this way, I've just added his hair at the top using some upside down V shapes and tracing his face with the black paint. You do not have to do this step if you don't want to, but I went ahead and just kept dipping into the black paint and outlining, giving him almost a cartoonish cute effect. Then I went down and outlined some of the U shapes, and as you'll see, I wasn't exact. I didn't try to stay on the exact line. I did not outline every single U shape there. It just adds to the cuteness of him. Go ahead and go in the neck, outline a few, and then you're done. Look at how stinking cute your llama is. For more projects like this from beginner to advanced, join me at lollydoodlestudios.com and also on Facebook at Lolly Doodle Studios with Kimberly.